Welcome to the U.S. Nationals, where the eastern side of the bracket will battle it out for a spot to go to land. And as usual, I'm your boy Billy, and right here we got the blue-eyed beauty, Stokes. Don't leave me hanging, baby.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. I'm sorry. Whoa.
So today we actually have some really good games. We have Rise Nation and a few other familiar faces coming on board. First game of the day, we're going to have Rise there. It's going to be a really good one.
Yeah, it's going to be Rise versus Deja to start us off. Then we're going to have a rematch. It's going to be Chips Guac. Apologies, chat, for that last week. Versus Seven Spades. Dude, my Spanish teacher just messed me up.
It's
man.
fine.
Just messed me up.
Don't you date a Hispanic girl?
Yeah, I do. She says it's eh too. More like an A, not an E.
She's so fake.
Dude, she is.
All right.
I literally live 15 minutes from the Mexico border, and I still messed that up.
All right.
That's how harshly I messed that up. Anyways.
It's fine. And for those of you that have Twitter, I hope that all of you do. Make sure you go ahead and use our hashtag, R6USN. You can join the discussion. You can talk about the matchups. And, you can ask us questions about what's going on, and we'll be happy to answer you. And after that, there's been some money thrown around, man.
Yeah.
Venmo's giving away, what, $700?
Oh, something like that. We'll get up on your screen there. But we gave away $700 last week. First prize gets $500. Second and third get $100. That's how it breaks down. But you guys enter your clips on a website we'll show you here in just a second. If you enter your clips in, you have a chance to win that $500 grand prize. And then, second, third, you still get $100. Very big deal. Use that hashtag we're about to pop up for you. Hashtag Venmo Community Spotlight. Use it on Twitter. Talk about it. Get your fun clip fails, crazy kills, awesome plays.
Everything.
You accidentally team killing your entire team with a nitro cell and getting kicked. Anything. I'll laugh over it, and we'll both have a good time, and you'll make some money doing it. ESL.gg/Venmo-R6USN is where you're going to put in those YouTube links. Make sure to get them in there. You can make money. You can get one of these Secret Labs chairs or buy a bunch of game fuel.
Yes. Get the blue one. The blue one.
The blue one is the best. Yes.
Blue one. Shout out to Mountain Dew. I love you guys.
Yes.
But by the way, don't wait forever to send in those clips, because I believe that tonight we're actually going to review a few. So
yeah, we're going to be reviewing a few tonight, as well as just some clips from overall this stuff, so we can help make that Monday show great. If you guys don't know, we do make a Monday show, so make sure you guys are watching that on YouTube as well.
Those shows are pretty good. I'm sad I missed the last one, but let's jump right into the fun. Let's take a look at the rosters that are going into the matchup tonight. Starting with Deja Vu, we're going to have Murdy, Yoji, Drew Riddle, and Slippery. It's going to be a pretty interesting roster, and some of these names sound familiar because the foundation of the team started with Drew and Murdy, who are actually on Two-Face. So, in a way, this is kind of their own revenge tour.
Oh, it's like Deja Vu.
Exactly.
Oh, wait.
Deja Vu, right?
See what they did there? You see what they did there?
Yes, but the person to keep your eye on is going to be Riddle. He's going to be their entry fragger, but hey, Murdy and Slippery, the flex players, they should come out as well swinging. And this Rise Nation roster, we know them. I know them. You know them. Chat should know them.
That's what I'm saying. You might say it's Deja Vu, but it's just another day in the office for Rise Nation. It's Vandal, England, Acid, Factor, and Tracken. Those last two names I just mentioned, remember those names. You might have the foundation of Vandal, England, and Acid, but Factor and Tracken have definitely been the difference makers. Tracken, even though he's been playing a lot of Ash, man, let me tell you, he's been using Ash to an absolute top level. I mean, even they played Consulate last week, and actually he ended up getting a kill through the bathroom floor with a breaching round. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, dropped down to benches, shot it right up underneath him, killed the guy behind the shield that was sitting inside a restroom.
If my memory serves me correct, Tracken's first big game on Rise Nation was actually on USN, and he went against Space Station Gaming, I believe. Rise Nation, they fell. It was like 2-7.
I believe.
But still, Tracken did extremely well, and Factor was an absolute beast. But let's see what map we're going to go to tonight. So,
I don't have the mind games tonight. We're going to Bank.
I'm guessing.
Right. Okay. Good job. You're the best.
So we're going to go to Bank. We saw Bank played on Tuesday. It was a pretty fun game. We're Rogue. Vertical's flank was actually amazing, by the way, coming out of spawn against the coach. I forgot his name.
Oh, Intrinsic.
Intrinsic, right. So, the theme of this matchup, in regards to USN, there's a bit of a curse with the top-tier teams going against, the up-and-comers. And do you think there's a chance for upset tonight?
I don't think Rise Nation is going to slouch, honestly. Rise Nation seems like a team right now, especially, with the younger new blood added, that they're hungry. They want to earn their way back into Pro League, fight up through Challenger League, all that kind of stuff. This, again, they just want to be able to go to a land and say, hey, we deserve this spot. We deserve to be here. They're not going to lay down. They want to bowl anyone over that's in front of them, and I think that's something we're going to see tonight.
And this team has all of the talent in the world, so it's all about execution. So I spoke with England about, an hour and a half ago. I said, England, why is the USN curse a thing? Why are these up-and-coming teams actually beating you guys? And he says, hey, they have no kind of expectation for themselves. They go out, they play reckless, they peak everything, and they win. A team that's hungry is always going to play better. You don't want to go against those type of guys. And it being a best of one makes things so much more difficult because if you lose the first half and you fall behind and you lose the first map, you can't game plan for the next map. That's it. So, hey.
You got to deal with what's in front of you. Quarter mile at a time, I think somebody once said.
There you have it. And for those of you at home, if you have Twitter, we put out votes to see which team you think will win. Let's go ahead and see what you guys have in mind in this 75% Rise Nation, which is entirely fair.
Yeah, I definitely think it's fair as well. Again, we've seen it plenty of times, especially with the likes of Rogue, that the community vote, albeit leaning towards the team that is more than likely favored to win.
More known.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a curse.
You know what, though? This is the thing. So, on paper, Rise Nation is the best team that's going to be playing tonight.
Yeah.
On paper. I'm not wrong about that. But throughout history and what we've seen throughout these brackets, these up-and-coming teams, you can't count them out.
No, you can't.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Deja Vu and Rise Nation. They're going to be going off for the first game of the day here in the Eastern bracket. It's going to be here on Bank.
It should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. Again, as you said, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with Deja Vu here. They're going to be starting on attack. Rise Nation's going to be on defense, which means Rise Nation's going to have the first ban. And again, I'm going to be interested to see if Deja Vu tries to ban out anything in particular, because they're definitely going to have more VOD on Rise Nation than Rise Nation has on Deja Vu. So again, it's kind of walking into the woods blind, but that's kind of how it is with a lot of these younger teams. You just have to expect the play style and see what happens with it. Two regular bans coming out. We're going to have Habana and Jackal banned, and those are pretty regular for Bank, especially with Jackal. Habana usually banned out just so that you limit the potential for hatches.
Yeah.
Jackal banned out because it makes it to where you can actually roam.
Yeah,
but
Jackal is not in the game. It makes roaming so good for this map because the map is so big and wide. There's so many places you can hide, and it's going to be a roamer's paradise. But Maestro is going to be the first ban on defense, actually, which is pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. Because
especially with Echo still in the field. We'll have to see if they ban Mira. They should ban Mira. Mira's gone. Okay. There we go. All right. So Mira and Maestro banned out. It's having Echo still in is definitely a thing. I understand it because a lot of people are really, really good with the Alda. Alda's pretty easy to use. Again, I talk about it almost every time I'm on the desk. 81 bullets. It's an absolute laser beam.
Yeah.
And you can challenge that long angle from garage extremely easily, limiting the mag capacity. Granted, the MP5 SDs is still a fantastic weapon, and right now, yokai drones are literally insane because they're practically invisible. Kind of a weird thing to allow that one through, I would say. I'd say Echo's definitely in a better spot than Maestro is right now.
I would agree because Echo, you literally only have one counter, which is going to be IQ. If Slippery dies and Echo's going to run loose, you're not going to be able to stop those yokai drones. But Maestro, on the other end, he has about 4 to 5 different operators that could, get rid of those evil eyes. And last time we saw Bank on USN, I believe it was Slash Hug or Shuttle. They dominated Bank with Maestro. And I mean,
Slash Hug.
Slash Hug.
Slash Hug and Shuttle traded it off. Slash Hug would play it downstairs. Shuttle would play it upstairs.
Yeah, I believe the first round, sitting in garage, he was able to zoom in with the out of 5.56 and getting, 2Ks, 3Ks.
Yeah, I think he got a 4K the very first round that they tried to pressure.
Yeah.
Because they didn't put anybody garage. That's what we were talking about prior, is that they did not have anyone flank garage. So we'll have to see if they establish that long angle. Yeah, they are. They're going to leave this other panel soft here. The one that Aston's walking by on his left. They're more than likely going to open that up. But more than likely, put a yokai drone inside of garage to make sure that no one can possibly flank. And I'm sure, as you guys have more than likely seen, once again, the yokai drones are extremely invisible right now. So they are in a very good spot. Of the two, I would definitely want to ban Maestro right now, ban Echo right now, comparative to Maestro. But again, it's pick your poison. You either pick the gun that has 81 bullets and you practically can't miss because it's just accuracy through volume, or you go up against Yokai, whose utility is in an insane spot right now.
And by the way, I want to give a shout out to the chat and everybody else out there for USN. The support has been real. You guys are amazing. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in once more to this amazing program that we have. But the person that I'm keeping my eyes on is going to be Murdy. Murdy is one of the 2 in-game leaders on this roster. And he's actually on Maverick. So I personally don't see a lot of Maverick when it comes to attacking this site. How big can he be?
He can be massive just because he doesn't have a counter. You don't have to worry about things like Factor with the Kaid. You are able to get all of the hatches you really need. And especially with Habana Band out, you're going to have Maverick to be able to control a lot more hatches. Because if you think about it, you can only really get the server to CCTV wall with one of the exothermic charges, and you can get 1 hatch. With Maverick on the field, you can get possibly 2 more hatches if it's done perfectly. Vandal's going to try and challenge on blue stairs now, but going to come up with literally nothing.
With nothing but a shield protecting him. Yes, he has a teammate right behind him, but the teammate didn't come in big because he didn't have a good angle to help him out. So playing it safe on the server stairs, the electric claw gets destroyed, and the Factor is going to go ahead and run away. Yeah, he's going to be with his teammate who has a pretty shiny purple suit with him. I forgot what character that was, but Rise Nation, they're on the retreat. And by utilizing his blowtorch, another hatch is going to go down. And Deja Vu, all players are alive currently, and they're moving in. There's 1 minute and 10 seconds left. That's more than enough time to make a great play. And by owning the server room, with the exothermic charge going off, now it's going to be all of the Deja Vu to get this plant down.
That's actually the Rainbow is Magic smoke skin. Makes him
that was smoke.
Makes him a fluffy cat. It's pretty great. See?
I like it.
Look at it. Vandal's a fluffy cat for this game. Anyways, that toxic gas is still definitely toxic. It's not, anything fun. I can definitely tell you that. Plant now going through is actually Factor is going to hold onto that nitro cell, so that's a good thing. They're actually going to flame out the hallway. Factor's going to take quite a bit of damage, but sprints across into Gold Vault.
Yeah.
So this is just going to be a battle of attrition here as the second Toxic Babe will go off. 30 seconds left. Vandal's going to have 1 more Toxic Babe. Acid still has his Yokai drones, and we still have Nitro Cells. That's the second Cardiac Sensor. Nitro Cell sails through, but to find nothing. So that Toxic Babe was holding them off. No moves just yet. Oh, quick Nitro Cell, and it claims 2. England coming up big, going fishing. Somebody's going to have to try and don the mantle here. It's going to be Yoji as the Thatcher, but that Yokai drone of Acid going to work out here, and that's the first charge. He's going to have to stick it again, and that's going to be a freebie for Rise Nation. Playing it to a T. Deja Vu did not have a thing to do with that round. You have to try and get there early enough to bait out a lot of utility. You have to be there just around like 1:30.
You're right.
I thought Deja Vu was paced very well at the beginning. They were able to recognize out that there was no roamers and knew that they only had to deal with blue stairs. Again, we had a conversation about this last week, but always bring it up again just for new viewers. If you're trying to take over a map quickly, especially maps that have a lot of roam presence, get your drones pre-prepped around staircases to where people can rotate from, and you're able to recognize out extremely early on, especially because on this map, there's only two staircases to rotate up. If you get 2 drones next to it, you know if anybody leaves the basement. You go, okay, nobody left the basement. We can just take over immediately. Hey, we have 1 guy watch between the 2 drones, and that's it. That's it. That's all you need. So with that being said, they're able to take over the map extremely quickly, but they just faltered when it came down to the actual server push. Did not have time to get rid of all of the utility, and also they could not handle the Yokais.
You know what? So that's the point I wanted to make. Me personally, I feel like Deja Vu, they played that round perfectly. Now, their biggest downfall was the fact that England is such a beast, and he was able to get the 2K with the Nitro Cell. Because if he didn't get that, Slippery was the IQ. She could have shot out that Yokai drone. The opening in the wall that was created from Thermite was really big, and she was able to get a great angle. Smoke also utilized 2 canisters extremely early in the round. The first one was, I believe there was 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the round, and it was used on server stairs. So utility on the end of Rise Nation was extremely low when it came to playing denial, and all they had was the Yokai to stop him. Slippery died, the C4 happened, Deja Vu fell behind, Rise Nation came away with the win. Me personally, I feel like Deja Vu could have gotten that plan.
That's my boy, Belly.
No, I'm learning, man. I'm learning. I'm trying to.
Good.
Okay, so for those of you at home, yes, I'm not gonna say I'm new anymore to Siege, and now that the game is slowed down to me, I'm learning about these new setups and the meta, and it's starting to come to me better. And when I saw Deja Vu play, I feel like they should have won that first round though, and it's actually disappointing that they didn't, because that's a huge blow. You don't want to go down against a team like Rise Nation. Because Factor, England, and all of them, once they catch fire, you can not cool them down.
Especially, look, I'm telling you right now, Tracking catches wind of literally anything. Like if he has that one moment of getting like a nice spicy 2K,
he's gonna tear it up.
That man, it's scary. It's real scary. You never want to have somebody that's an extremely good fragger start feeling themselves. Like that's just not something you want on your plate. Deja Vu going to start off things quickly once again, as they are going to go for a top take here just to clear out roamers, and Rise Nation having a fallback strategy. You guys saw the hatch open inside of Janitors. So, as things start to dwindle down here, about halfway through the round, recognizing now that it is going to be the open area site. They do have all vertical control, though, and going to start busting up the stock floor. And that's what you want. The vertical pressure here can work out extremely well. Might toss a Nitro Cell through, but that's not going to land on anything because we have X-ray vision, and they do not. But this is going to get real dangerous for Rise Nation here. They need to have somebody upstairs to try and contest this, but they have every single staircase locked down. So this is just going to be more or less, can they win these vertical battles?
It is possible. Deja Vu, they're applying so much pressure from the second floor right now. The pressure coming in from Skylight over to CEO, and the work from Murdy is actually really good. And the IQ gets caught up. England, once again, getting a kill to start off the game big. Slippery, he's going to be out of here. So without IQ on the board, the Yokais are going to run free. England's cameras are going to be a factor now. So it's going to be all up to Rise Nation. That one kill meant so much for Rise. And with another gunfight, oh, England's going to peek it, and Murdy gets taken out the game. With Riddle coming up with the refrags, so Deja Vu, they're going to be down 2 players to just 1 on Rise Nation.
All right, well, the Eagle trades coming back and forth, and England coming up big with those kills downstairs, delaying quite a bit of time. Deja Vu holding a lot of angles, but Rise Nation battling back extremely hard. Tracking going to be playing right off his opponent as well. Quick flick on the main stairs, but fighting through those pillars is never too much fun. Tries to trade it out, but it's going to be Rise Nation to come out on top as they play the trade game. Drew tries to fight back, but just not enough in the tank.
Right, that's going to be a Rise Nation coming up with yet another win, and Vandal closing it out for his team. Like I said, it's unfortunate. Deja Vu, they apply so much pressure up top. The sledge play from Murdy was really good. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get a pick from it. Deja Vu, their strategy is really good. The pressure that they're applying is great, but it all comes down to execution. And the brick wall that they're currently running into, his name is England. England has been a one-man army when it comes to these entry stops for Rise Nation. And, you know, he's been on his revenge tour for a year. And I think he re-upped for, you know, a second tour here in the U.S. Nationals. So let's see if he can continue on with the hot hand. And with the 6th pick coming in, Riddle's going to jump on Capital to go over to the second floor, CEO and Executive Lounge. Yeah,
it was a very smart pickup with the Capital, especially for the Buck. They were trying to pick up the Capital to counter out the Clash, but as you guys can see, that also got 6 picked over to the Kaid, which is also a smart pickup. Don't really want to run the Bandit here, apparently, but going to make it a little bit more difficult for them to get rid of those Electro Claws on the walls. Bad thing is that you can't exactly trick the wall when there's a Thermite on the field. It makes it a lot more difficult. The exothermic charges have a shorter fuse timer than the X-Kairos pellets of Habana do, which are obviously the easy thing for Kaid to handle. Exothermic charges, definitely not. But that last one I think can be summed up as this. Deja Vu seems to have a very, very quick start, but a very subtle finish. They really don't do too much. It seems almost like they really don't have the information on where to go, and they just start wandering the map like a lost puppy. And eventually they find something, but that something also has bullets, and it shoots them. I mean, that's really what it was. IQ ends up going hunting for something that she really doesn't even know. She's like, okay, maybe we can get control of archives here. She just face checks the door and gets completely demolished by England.
You want to know something?
Yeah, and you can't be doing that. That's why you have drones. There was no real info denial that they had to try and stop you. I mean, they had the Mozzie, but I mean, he can only stop 3 paths. That's really it. There's plenty of paths on bank for you to put a drone through.
I agree. And matter of fact, I was thinking about it. I was saying to myself, hey, why did Rise Nation ban Maestro first and Deja Vu just ban Mirror rather than Echo? Rise Nation won the ban phase because they knew they were going to be on defense first. And the fact that they banned Maestro and Deja Vu didn't ban Echo, Rise Nation's like, hey, we get to use him first. We're going to go ahead and pick up this first half, and we're going to try to be flawless with it. And then, you know, you guys can try to catch up with him if you want. The Vandal's going to be inside of, he's going to be around the front desk and healing himself. Oh, that Yokai
man, that
info. 3 people. So much intel was given. The IQ was able to shoot out a Yokai drone, and Drew, along with Murdy, They're going to be a victim of a triple kill. Jesus.
Look at him. Look at him fall, man. That's the power. That is the power of intel inside of this game. They immediately have track and rotate the lobby, start hailing bullets down from Banana, and then rotate underneath through Elevator. And Deja Vu just getting picked apart right now. It's more or less, I mean, you really can't even chalk it up to much. It's more or less just outclassed at this point.
You know what it was like? The fact that they went through the front door, it was like, hey, you know, when you try to go into a store while they're closing, and the person's like, hey, get out of here. That's what Rise Nation did. Like, get out the bank, we're closed, slapped them all up, triple kill happened, and hey, 3-0. So Deja Vu, they have some explaining to do. They were tunnel vision when they came to the entry point of the strategy. They all went front door. Once that yokai drone reached the ceiling and it saw all 3 of the members huddled up by the stairs, that was it. Deja Vu, they had nowhere to hide. There wasn't a lot of cover to hide behind. They didn't know exactly where the players from Rise Nation were. Once they jumped out and surprised them with that attack, the 4 kills came extremely fast. I love it.
Again, there's no real information game going on here, and there's ways to be lazy with information in this game. We practically, at this point, have an operator for everything. There's an operator in right now that they're not picking up. It's Lion. They're not picking up Lion, okay? And again, Lion right now with this meta is a top-tier info op. He's truly insane. You can literally be one of the laziest runners on the planet, and if you have Lion in play, all you have to do is find one guy, pop a Lion charge, or EE1D, excuse me, and then just go and kill that man. That's really it. I mean, obviously there's a lot more that goes into that. I'm really simplifying things, but I mean, Lion makes it to where all the information that you gather is true for a longer period of time, right?
It's simple to use, just,
Exactly. You literally click a button and you get everything that you could possibly want in the world. No one can move. Makes it a lot easier. And also, you just trying to rush Grand Stairs, probably not the best idea.
Not at all.
Because again, there's also other ops that are in the game. You always have to account for those 6 picks. There's Valkyrie in. There's Yokai's in, obviously, with Echo. There's so much intel still in this game right now that you can't just go, okay, yeah, we kind of droned it, but now we're just going to send it and see what happens. It's definitely not going to be your best avenue.
And with all of the aggression and chaos that Deja Vu they're trying to cause with their initial strategy, having Lion on their end with the EOD would actually help them out because Rise Nation, there's a lot of moving bodies whenever Murdy was utilizing, that sledgehammer to open up the floor underneath them. Those players are moving. They're trying to get good angles, and if that EOD pops off and they know exactly where they are with the intel that's given, it's nothing but a plus. But now going underneath, now hitting the 2-minute mark, not a lot has been done. Riddle, he found his way over in the office hallway, pre-aimed on these stairs. He's not going to find anybody at all. And,
a bomb has been located.
Deja Vu taking their time, and it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, it seems to me with Deja Vu that their initial droning is really, really good. They're able to clear out the map very quickly, recognize out that there's nobody roaming. But after that, it doesn't seem like there's much droning afterwards to find out people's locations actually on the site. They're more or less like, hey, top floor is clear, hey, bottom floor is clear, okay, let's move on with our day. And that's about it. Until they really switch things up and try to continue droning like this right now that we're seeing, hopefully things will work out a little bit better. But it's always hard to tell because obviously we don't have permanent drone cams or anything like that. They do have the hatches open that they need. They're going to have CCTV hatch open, as well as they're getting the security wall open. Or excuse me, the server wall open, excuse me. Anyways, with that being said now, need to start baiting out utility because as you guys can see, there's an absolute crapload of it. We have 2 nitro cells, yokai drones, 3 smokes of Vandal. This is what we're talking about when we say that this is a utility stacked site.
And the space that Rise Nation are currently giving Deja Vu right now, like you said, this is the baiting phase. With the Toxic Babe going out, the defuse is currently going to be stopped, but keep track of the utility. There's only 1 more Toxic Babe available with 40 seconds to go. So once this cloud is gone, Rise Nation, they'll be able to burn 15 more seconds. And the information that's given to him from England is so valuable. He's able to pick up those heartbeats from his cardiac sensor. And yeah, they're starting to push heavily now. There's only 25 seconds left to go, and it's going to be all up to Deja Vu.
Yeah, going to be a lot of trades coming through. First Nitro Cell comes through. Isn't going to catch anything. No. Just a little bit of damage onto the Thermite, who's already had quite a bit of damage done to him. Last Nitro Cell, and that's going to be all up to the Yokai drones. He does not want to destroy this Yokai. Will it find the IQ? No, but it will actually end up downing one. No, it's going to be Factor, actually, that will clean up the kill, and it's going to be onto Sly as starts trying to do as much damage as possible. Battles back and forth, but it's going to hit the overtime. It's going to be a quick Yokai charge, and it's going to be Rise Nation once again. The IQ falls. walls, and that's all they need.
So the fact of the matter is that IQ is falling first every single time on this site. Slippery, your job, and I'm no shade at all, but your job is to stay alive and hunt down those yokai drones. Have that scanner out and make sure you're able to get that Detronic, detector going on. He's dying. Deja Vu, they only have about 10 seconds, 5 seconds before they even attempt to do that final plant. Time isn't on their end, and it's pretty unfortunate to see. They go down to the site with everybody alive, and hey, that's it. But we're going to staff room in open area once again. Rise Nation with that strong echo play coming from Acid is going to be key. But it's going to be all about England and Vandal at the moment. They're roaming, they're slaying prowess, they've been on top, and it's for a reason.
Defenders, protect
So let's do a little bit of math. I know we say never do math live. But I'm about to perform some math for you. Okay. All right. So if Smoke is played to a T, if he's played perfectly, he can deny 45 seconds. Each one of his smokes is up for 10 seconds. That's 30 seconds. The reason you add 15 seconds to that is because if you allow a touch of plant timer as well as him moving away from the smoke and coming back to plant, then you're right at that 45-second margin. Add 2 nitro cells in there. Give that 10 seconds. So it blows up, they move away, they come back in, start playing again. Blows up, move away. All right, so now what are you at? You're at 65 seconds. All right, so you're at 1 minute and 5 seconds. Now add 2 yokais with 2 charges to each of them.
Yikes.
That's why you need at least 1 minute and 30 seconds, because eventually someone has to challenge and take those gunfights, and you have to have people there to stop that. So with that site, you have to be very quick about clearing roamers, making sure there's no roam game, and then move on. Because if you are going for that server take, which is 99.9% of teams' routine way of attacking that site, then you have to have quite a bit of time to be able to handle the amount of utility that is brought.
I agree. And we see the roaming coming in from Rise Nation. They're going to make sure that they have this top control in their favor. But, they're going to have to slay out with a little bit of sledge action. Murdy, a little bit of pre-fire through the wall. He's not going to be able to connect because there's nobody in that closet currently. Vandal. He has something up his sleeve, and that's going to be a nitro cell.
Oh, I like it.
Coming through, he's going to throw it. Oh, detonation! Vandal is going to get rid of Slippery. Much more Slippery as IQ is falling. I would say first more than anybody else on this Deja Vu roster.
You can't even predict that. That's not something that you just expect.
That was well calculated.
Yeah. Again, but that is one thing that when you die to it, you will never die to it again. It's a hard thing, man. It's a hard thing when a nitro cell all of a sudden sails through a floor that you didn't even know was broken open. But again, calculated. Absolutely calculated by the likes of Vandal.
All right, so now coming down to the minute and 30-second mark. See England moving up the stairs slowly on the second floor control for Murdy. He's trying to lock something down, but he's not able to see the roaming Jaeger, who is right directly underneath him. That castle wall is slowing down the push currently for Deja Vu, and he's going to have to get by that fast. The sledge going to be on their side. He can go ahead and get rid of that rather than, 15 hits, 11 hits?
It is 12 hits to break it, 11 hits to make it 1 hit.
So there you go. All right, so moving into Archive slowly, Deja Vu. They're still looking for their first victim. Rise Nation, their defense is holding
Oh my
strong.
God, you don't even know.
Factor turns around, gets a headshot, and it's a bloodbath. Vandal in England, they're going to go ahead and join him in a 1v4. Riddle is able to pick up a kill, but it might not be enough. He's going to have to be clutched, and all this gunfire coming in from Archives currently. Rise Nation, the intel is on their side, and with only, 10 health? He's not going to be able to do much for Buck.
No, he doesn't have much health. He has about 25 HP with that last margin, but it doesn't matter anymore. Factor finds Riddle, puts a bullet in his butt, and that's going to be it for Deja Vu, at least in this round. But that's going to be 5 straight now for Rise Nation. And impressive open area hold. Deja Vu is just not holding rotates right now for Rise Nation. They're not cutting off their paths of rotation. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
And when you don't cut off those veins, this is what is allowed to happen. I mean, you just have 2 people rotate up main stairs, for absolutely oblivious to the entire team. Sledge runs through meeting like it's just another day in the office, and he ends up catching a bullet instead. It's just they're not doing the things that are needed to be able to shut down Rise Nation's hold. And especially with the way that Rise Nation is stratted on that site, they end up holding down Elevator Hallway, which is a very good means of attack. Hold down Elevator Hallway, put a castle barricade up, play somebody at the bottom of main stairs to where they can hold the cross, as well as they make a rotate to where England can fall back through the double panel wall that goes into elevator. So they make rotation throughout, use castle barricades to cut off your line of sight to be able to make the rotation safe, and then they practically hold the entire mid-floor where they need to, which is going to be those linchpins like archives as well as the teller's area. And again, it's just very, very well done by Rise Nation, but Deja Vu just not doing some very rudimentary things. Have somebody actually sit still and hold one of the main stairs. Hold somewhere where they're going to rotate through. Get your freebies, okay? You want to be able to try and cut off those veins, apply some pressure, make them move, get your kill.
Wait, let me get this straight, parse you. Let me look at the stats again.
5 seconds remaining.
Acid has a triple
Attackers must
0.
locate and
0
defuse
kills, 0 assists, 0 deaths.
He's using his utility right, man. That's all you need to know.
This is a support player at his finest.
And he's been playing yokai.
Yes.
So again,
He's been the biggest difference maker in this game.
perfect educational moment. All right? He's 0-0-0. If you hold tab, 0-0-0, right? Doesn't mean he hasn't done anything, though.
He's done the most.
He's won literally 2 rounds for them downstairs.
Yes.
All because of his yokai plays and being smart with his utility, not giving it to IQ. I mean, again, you can play utility and not get a kill and win your team games.
Yeah.
You don't have to kill people.
And that's the beauty about Siege. There's so many different playstyles that can affect the game. Yeah, but England
Frags aren't everything, though.
Yeah, England is fragging out of his mind. He's 6-1. But you know, he has had the same impact in as many rounds as Acid has currently had, which is, you know, is a big thing. But Rise Nation currently looking extremely strong. They failed a week ago in USN, and they're looking to book their ticket to go to LAN by first off winning their appearance tonight. A little bit of pre-fire. Acid barely missed a head, almost picking up his first kill. Has as many kills as Deja Vu has rounds won, but he wants to change that.
Oh, is he gonna hop?
Yeah, Tracken knew exactly where he was and barely missed him. But Drew's gonna go ahead and retreat, but a little bait and switch. He's gonna have a teammate right by him. Pretty sure they're gonna challenge that momentarily. Yeah.
It's a very, very scary moment, but now they're going to establish angles to make it harder for Tracken to rotate up. He will be in open area right now trying to rotate back to square, but again, it's going to be a little bit more difficult this time around, as I'm sure they are ready. England playing a prone angle behind the meeting desk, but again, this is where Deja Vu needs to try and choose where to frag out from. Some shots coming through from Tracken once again, but again, nothing on the receiving end. Minute and 10 seconds left now as Deja Vu's trying to find a foothold. They have the wall open that they need to try and break down that long angle that goes over the quad windows. Now we're going to see quite a bit of utility used. Smoke's coming through as well. This is where the plan's going to need to go down. They smoked off quite a bit. Seems that Acid's going to be the only one free from Rise Nation as he comes for the move now. Quick shots, but no, it'll be Drew to take him down. Vandal trades it out though. Bullets now start to fly both ways. Vandal on the backside as well. Continues on the Rise Nation train, and if they are able to do this round, it's going to be perfect. Factor continues on down the line. It's up to Slippery and Yoji. Yoji to win the next one on the rotation of Tracken.
The mindset is,
oh man.
Yeah, the mindset is you give and you take. Rise Nation, they went ahead and let Deja Vu take as much as they wanted to in the office coming into the site. And then when they were ready, they went ahead and took it right away. So Deja Vu currently looking at a 2v3. Factor is still on the map with the Yokai drone in his hands and with the Doc on board along with the Rook. An attack coming out, definitely England. A little bit of pre-fire and able to get the kill, but the Yokai is going to assist him momentarily. We're going to be down to 6 seconds left to go in. Shrooman is back. Vandal is able to get the double kill to win 6 straight for Rise Nation.
This is going to be the second, actually, in this week, this is going to be the second person that's changed their name away from what their name is to something else, and it's really throwing me off, dude.
That's Tracken. FRA is Tracken.
It's Fra from Darling in the Franks.
That's where it's from.
Yes.
Tracken. Come on, it's your brand. Run around with Tracken, man. Make it easy for everybody. Not going to lie, for the first 2 rounds,
they make it so hard for us.
I was sitting there like, who the hell is FRA? Who's Fra?
It's Fra. It's from Darling in the Franks.
All right.
Yep.
We got it. So Rise Nation looking to 7-0 Deja Vu. Deja Vu, they're trying not to be Team Owen right now. They're looking to pick up their first win, and this is going to be their first time on defense. Attack didn't work out for them. So maybe, you know, the defensive side of things will favor them slightly better. Rise Nation are looking for a flawless victory at the moment, and by winning this round, I mean, they're going to clean it up, and they'll be ready for the final game.
Well, the real thing is,
locate and defuse bombs.
is Rise Nation going to attack this properly? Are they going to get there in enough time? What's going to happen with this? Because as of right now, their defensive side was pretty perfect. Again, Deja Vu having a pretty slippery slope. I'd say that they, again, it might be just a lack of communication. That's really what I'm feeling, especially when they get down to just, bare knuckle brawling inside of sight. Because that's really what it comes down to is just, okay, utility usage, we have to get some kills to be able to get this diffuser down. And it seems that every single time they leave a point of entry open, that allows some pressure still to leak through. They just don't have it shut down. And for that last site, it's going to be where the quad window is, or what I call it's the window room. That's right outside the central office area where the couches are flipped over.
I'm gonna say that Rise Nation, they've been pretty much like a cerebral assassin, basically.
You're gonna put them at that?
No, I'm gonna say that for a reason though. It's kind of factual. Deja Vu, the first 2 rounds, I wouldn't say they were bad at all. I love their strategy. I love the way they encountered the map with the position where the sites were. But once Rise Nation won those 2 rounds outright, Deja Vu's looked like an entirely different team. They haven't been on the same page. They haven't been fragging the way they wanted to. And the game's obviously, it hasn't been close. So Rise Nation, once they really struck that fear in them, struck that chord, they've been rolling straight through them.
I think this is just veteranism coming out from Rise Nation, really being able to punish the younger players in the likes of Deja Vu, because again, it's been pretty hard for them, especially with Tracken being able to basically run rampant. They really haven't had an answer for him either. He's been able to rotate throughout the entire map. The only round that they were able to finally kill him on rotation was that last round, but it was already down to scraps on Deja Vu. I mean, they were only 2 up against, I believe, 4 at the time.
All right, so already in server room, Rise Nation. All you gotta do is get rid of this wall, and England's currently waiting. And once the exothermic charge goes off, they'll be able to go ahead, turn around, and get that plant off. So this is pretty much just textbook gameplay. Getting rid of a few hatches over in admin office and open area. It's going to be Acid's job currently with the blowtorch. So 1:40 left. No players are currently taken off the board. This is our turn to see what Deja Vu is currently made of. And Marcio, don't even hold select at this point. The stats don't even matter. It's 6-0. Anything Deja Vu has at this point means nothing.
Stats always matter, Valley.
Stats don't matter at this point, okay? And Rise Nation, one of their top players that won them 2 rounds currently has no kills. He has as many kills as Deja Vu has rounds won. So
you're gonna say that Rise Nation in 6 rounds having 25 kills is nothing?
But this is a full team effort. I mean, yeah, we can point out individual play, but I'm just gonna say Rise Nation as a whole are just outright better. England, yes, has been a standout, but also another standout has no kills. So, I mean, this is Siege at its finest at the moment. And Deja Vu, they're currently getting schooled. Hello, Valkyrie cam.
Yeah.
England's trying to get an angle. That's actually a great cam right there. Great placement.
Yeah, very, very smart placement. You can actually see exactly what they're doing in most of the server from that spot as well. But now it's Rise Nation that's taking a little bit to try and get rid of things. But here's the difference. They had Acid waiting inside of Garage Line and wait for when things start to pop off. Yoshi's actually going to take him down, so it's going to keep Acid at a 0 for this round. Are they going to be able to get this diffuser down? England's planning in a different location where the smokes cannot possibly touch him. Yes, the plan is going to be confirmed. The exothermic charge both walls instead and planted on the far angle while the smokes were down. So extremely intelligent play from Rise Nation, recognizing out that those close smokes are not going to be able to touch the man putting the diffuser down.
Deja Vu is actually picking things up as the GOAT Yoji is able to pick up a double kill, taking Factor out the game with a beautiful headshot. And Tracken up top, able to put in work from the admin office along with England, which is going to give Deja Vu a hell of a hard time. They're going to have only 2 players left alive and only so much time to go ahead and get this diffuse down. And that's going to be it. Rise Nation, they're going to have a perfect game. 7-0. That's all she wrote. GG's all around, and that was actually rough.
That was really rough,
you know
yes.
What? You have a question. Is Deja Vu that bad, or is Rise Nation that good? Deja Vu isn't bad. I love their strategy. They knew what they were doing in game. It was all about execution and fragging. Unfortunately, Rise Nation are just better fraggers than them.
It's not even that. It's just execution and using your utility correctly. Yeah. I mean, Deja Vu was very, very good at clearing the map and droning out initially, and then later on they figured out how to get that intel later on into the round.
Right.
They started droning later, figuring out positionings, things along those lines, but it seemed to be that they were just a little bit gun-shy when it came to really executing, and that's something that you can't be, especially up against, a team like Rise Nation, who's been there, done that. Granted, yeah, they did just get knocked out of Pro League, but they got 2 brand new faces, and Tracken, as well as Factor, definitely turned up that game.
And the first 2 rounds were definitely England. It was the England show. It was the England show on the U.S. Nationals program. England, I believe he had a total of 3 to 4 kills the first 2 rounds and went off. He had 1 death within the first 5 to 6 rounds. 1 death. I mean, he was just on fire, and it kind of gets to a point where it's like, if you've been at the top before and you know what your team is capable of, especially with an individual factor, you're tired of losing. England is tired of losing, and Rise Nation, they've been tried, they've been tested, and they failed so far this year at the USN. They're ready to win tonight.
Yeah, I definitely think this is their time, but they might be going up against a pretty good team that we've seen before on the desk. But just to wrap this thing up with a bow, and also to counterweight something that I said before, frags aren't as important as proper utility usage, but it still comes down to frags sometimes.
It's a shooting game.
Yeah, it's a shooting game. Like, you still have to be able to kill people to be able to accomplish certain things. So don't sit there and go, frags are meaningless.
No,
they still mean something. Being able to, gain kills to give yourself leniency or more leverage on that round is a whole hell of a lot better than going 5-5. Okay, we used utility properly. We're putting a diffuser down. It really is not going to fall out that way. So
I agree.
We'll have to see if they are able to make it back to the desk. But as of right now, I think that Deja Vu just needs to bring it back to the drawing board, maybe make some role adjustments.
I agree.
And it's definitely not that they don't have the talent. You can definitely see that throughout their play. It's just that Rise Nation has that veteranism, and they definitely know how to play this game.
Yeah, and everybody on Deja Vu, I absolutely respect them. I respect them. But one player that I want to see next time go big, Slippery. Slippery had a lot of responsibility on the shoulders as IQ. And the fact is, whenever they went into CCTV, he was always the first death. Yes, dying against a nitro cell sucks, It's hard to beat that, especially if it's placed as well as England put out there. But the fact is, they needed you for the Yokai drones. The Yokai drones won 2 rounds in concession. We need you alive. We need you to make an impact. And next time, just ban Echo if you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as you said, of the two, it's much easier to get rid of Evil Eyes. Granted, they are stupid annoying. Like, bulletproof, they shoot lasers.
Yeah.
What don't they? They see through smoke. I mean, what don't they do?
Rise
The one thing that they don't do is move. That's
Yeah.
the one thing. Yokai drones can move. You can hide them behind the desk inside of CCTV. It's bulletproof. You can't shoot through it. So all you have to do is just wait till those dying seconds, and that's what they literally did every single time. If you guys go back and look through the VOD, look how Acid plays his Yokai drones. He does not place a single one inside of CCTV because he knows they're bringing the IQ. So very smart play by Acid. Again, he went 0-2, but the man was clutch. He was definitely clutch when needed. But as you said, England 10-1, had 2 entry kills, and he was massive.
100% cost for 3 of them.
Oh my God.
3 of them.
And look at that. 86% cost for Acid. Didn't even have a kill. The man didn't even have a kill.
So it's funny because when you take a look at
Yoji had 100% cost as well, actually.
Yoji actually went off in the second half. But
You don't see 100% cost very often, by the way, guys.
on a losing team especially.
Yeah, that's Yoji's doing something right, man. That's all I'm saying. He's doing something right.
Yeah, so I think we're getting an interview ready right now, so just be patient, bear with us for a moment. I saw Imzo in the chat, so Imzo, what's up, man? Good to see you there. But so far for the first matchup of the day, we saw one team steamroll another. Deja Vu, they're going to be back. They're going to be better. I hope to see him soon. Unfortunately, the open signups ended for stage 2. We'll see him stage 3, which is actually a good thing because they'll have time to go ahead and practice. But Rise Nation are looking to go ahead and secure a spot at land, starting off with this first step here. The next game that we have coming up is going to be a sluggerfest as well. We have Billboard and players of that stature.
Ooh.
Actually, the interview is ready, so...
Ooh.
Oh, the MVP is ready. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear producer. So, the MVP, I'm going to start off first. It's going to be the one, the only. I love it, man. It's going to be England. England's such a cool guy, but the fact is, his slaying prowess stood out. That nitro cell coming through the floor. That was well-timed, by the way, I believe in the second round. Was big. It threw Deja Vu off their feet. He was 10-1, 100% cost.
Nitro cell was Vandals.
It's Vandals?
Vandals.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I suck at this. I suck at this. But the fact is, you went 10-1, you died one time. You were in immediate impact starting from round 1 all the way to the very end. To me, you're a standout player. You're my MVP pick. But what about you?
Mine's going to be a little bit different.
Acid.
Mine's Vandal.
Vandal? Okay.
Mine's Vandal. I was really gonna troll all of you guys and pick Acid just to be that guy. I was like, he got 0 kills and he's my MVP. But no, I picked Vandal because he was really doing a lot of things that were throwing them off. As you said, England was just there and he was able to claim the frags. His utility use was still good, but Vandal was the one that was throwing these curveballs like the nitro cell and stuff like that to really push them farther into the deep end. And it worked out really, really well because Deja Vu, you could just tell they were not in the proper depth.
Oh, take a look at the team stats. 30 kills to 12.
Yeah, that's a...
Whew, yikes.
Yikes.
So obviously Deja Vu has 0 clutches, but the plant difference, Rise Nation, they were able to get a plant down in the 2 rounds that they played on attack. 50% rate. You take a look at Deja Vu, 0% rate. That was big. And the reason why that was such a factor is that Deja Vu, whenever they were in CCTV and they had a chance to get the diffuser down, Toxic Babes were stopping them. Yokai drones were stopping them. Utility was stopping them. All in all, they had no answer for that, and it all started with the top IQ falling and Slippery unable to capitalize on his situation. But we have an interview. I'm interested to see who it is.
Who's it going?
England, what's up, man? How you doing?
What up, man?
England, you have some big hair, man. But congratulations on your win.
Yeah.
I love it. So, the USN curse, I was speaking about it earlier on. It's definitely real. You guys have been, beaten, and it sucked to watch that go on. You've been on the England tour for some time now. What is your mindset coming into USN tonight? Beating these, lower tier teams and just being on top of your game again. You've been at the top before. You know you belong there. What's your mindset tonight?
Well, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you well, man.
Okay. Well, honestly, I had no idea we were doing an interview, so that's why, I look all crazy. But
you look beautiful. It's fine.
Thank you. But yeah, honestly, you never know with these USM matches, bro. Like, they can either go super smooth, or they can just go complete and utter just crazy. Like, you can just get destroyed. Like, some people on your team can. Honestly, we were just winning every gunfight. I actually did not see very many lost gunfights at all. So that's always nice when you're playing teams with a lot of people that can shoot very well, and those guys actually are known to be shooters, obviously.
Right. So
yeah, it's USN. You just gotta get those versus teams you can, and just hope to play a team that you can game plan a little better for.
All right, and this is gonna be the very last question because I want to get the games rolling, man. We got to keep the viewers happy. You gunned out of your mind today. I wish I had half the skill that you had because I would be halfway decent at the game, halfway a god. You're 10-1. 10-1. You only died one time, and I believe it was the 3rd or 2nd round. Have you ever gunned out like that in the game before? And what was the feeling like to just be Big Daddy out there on bank?
I mean, definitely with the kills, but I didn't it's one of those things. The game's over, you hit tab, oh wow, I only died one time. I didn't remember where I died either, but
it happened so fast.
It was no disrespect. It was just quick. Yeah, it was a quick game. It was just everything kind of went our way, so
it
wasn't a whole bunch of individual mistakes. It was we were playing really well, rotating really well, playing off each other really well, and falling back when we needed to. And we weren't playing aggressive, so
yeah, seriously,
it was a good game plan from us, and it worked. And I'm just happy about the boys,
Well, England, it's always good to watch you win, man. It was good seeing you at the LAN over in Vegas as well. Hopefully, I'll see you again soon at the finals for USN. I know the Rise Nation, they're out there in the chat rooting on for you guys, so I know the fans are happy to see you win, and hopefully we can see you again after the final game tonight. And good luck, and catch you next time.
Thanks, man.
Oh, no problem.
Have fun the rest of the day.
Well, thank you, Veli. I appreciate
anytime,
that. And again, right out of the man's mouth. So, you guys saw it. Passive game style helps out a lot against teams that are kind of young, wild, and free. I think that's the best way to put it up. But, well, guys, we got to head to one of those things. It's break time, guys. We're going to take a little bit of a 10-minute break. We'll see you guys after that. You're all beautiful. We love you so much. We'll be back with Chips E. Guac versus 7 Spades. See you then.